Now released by the censors are these exclusive pictures of the latest weapon of the RAF, a new type of gun fitted to the famous Hurricane fighter, known to the RAF as the tin opener. And as you'll see, it's not a bad name either. The Hurries take to the air, and it's not long before they see their target below them. They now peel off and quickly take up battle formation, diving over the heads of our advancing troops. Now they are within range, and you'll see for the first time this deadly gun in action, truly living up to its name, Tank Buster. During the Easter holidays, some 700 Allied troops were entertained by Nahas Pasha, Prime Minister of Egypt. On Easter Sunday, he came personally to see his guests, men from the British Empire, America, and fighting France, and women of the services too. He wished them a happy day and an early victory. Three Nile steamers took the party down the river to the famous barrage gardens. To many who had just returned from the desert wastes of Libya, this calm and peaceful river must have seemed far removed from war. With true Egyptian hospitality, these men from the four corners of the earth were made welcome in a strange land. Spring was in the air, and the trees were in full flower, and the air noisy with the chatter of myriads of egrets which were nesting in the treetops like living blossoms. On the lawns of these lovely gardens, a concert party entertained the troops, and didn't they enjoy it? And so a happy day drew to its close. Here we see some of the work carried out by the unseen army behind the battlefront. In this case, it is the fair sex who are doing the job, and I'm going to ask one of them to tell you about it.
There are thousands of women employed in the Middle East, Rimi workshops, doing their share for the war effort. These girls, comprising 15 nationalities, are repairing electrical equipment. 9 months ago, these burnt-out generators and self-starters were junk for the scrap heap, but their deft fingers soon repaired them and got them into working order once more. Thus, thousands of trucks, which would have been laid up for these vital parts, are put back into service again. A few months ago, these Middle East girls knew nothing of this work. British experts taught them, and they have saved the army thousands of pounds and given speedy, efficient service. The army, with its countless petrol engines, needs gaskets by the thousand. It was found difficult to supply all these demands from abroad, so this Middle East workshop set about meeting the requirements. A small army of Egyptians, women as well as men, were enlisted and trained. Every picture tells the story of how the skilled fingers of these people are doing a job that in peacetime would have been done by complicated machinery. The material used is thin sheet copper with asbestos sandwiched in between. In this display you see gaskets for all types of cars. Here's another specialized job at which the girls have become proficient, keeping the eyes of the army in good repair. Thousands of pairs of damaged binoculars were once put out of commission because there were no replacements. Today women are employed in the highly technical job of grinding lenses and making prisms. Really delicate work. These glittering diamonds are some of the gems of their handicraft.
Good luck to the women of the Middle East playing their part in the fight for freedom. Sir Arthur Tedder, commanding the Allied Air Force in the Mediterranean, pays a flying visit to Malta to see things for himself. He meets Lord Gort, governor of the island, who shows him how the gallant Maltese are carrying on today. As soon as supplies arrive in the harbour at Valletta, the ships are quickly unloaded. The country folk continue to go quietly about their work in the fields, perhaps thinking of those days when the Axis tried in vain to break their will, or how against enormous odds their brave people withstood week after week, month after month, the greatest concentrated aerial onslaught in history. This unbreakable spirit is still undaunted. Today, the men who have defended Malta against all odds join hands with our American allies, who see for themselves how this island, battle-scarred and torn, still holds its head high. To celebrate its 25th anniversary, the RAF gave a display of its own. The Air Force certainly picks them young here. Incidentally, it was a Spitfire such as this which brought down the 1000th Axis plane. War Pictorial News is proud to show these pictures of the machines and the pilots who actually did the job. Here is Squadron Leader Lynch of California, USA, who brought down the 1000th plane, being congratulated by Pilot Officer Osborne of Reading, England, who bagged number 1001. Well done, United Nations.